my friends, and welcome to Practice English with Paul. Today I'm going to teach you something very useful but at the same time very difficult. Now, these just look like simple words. Think of, think about. As well in part 2 video, think over, think through, think back and think up. Those are easy, but these ones are not. Now, I have looked online for the exact definitions of these words, and there is so much conflicting information. It is really difficult to get them right. People ask me questions all the time. Is there a difference between think of and think about? Yes, there is. Sometimes there isn't. And I'm going to explain both variants to you. So I will do my best and I hope I can help you. So let's start with think of. Right, here we go. Now, think of is informal, and we have the more formal synonyms. Bear in mind, remember, take into account, pay attention to, take into consideration, and to have a thought for. Now, these are just a little bit different from remember. They're a bit more specific, and that's very important, as we will see in my first example. Think of the poor teachers having only 12 weeks holiday a year. Life is really unfair. Think of the poor teachers. Have consideration for. Pay attention to this fact. Have a thought for. It's like saying sort of don't forget about this. I can say, think of the poor children during this economic crisis who won't get the newest tablets and iPhones this year. That goes to show how cruel life is. Anyway, the next one. I had a student at work once. He was a tall guy, big beard, monobrow, glasses. I can't think of his name. I really can't remember his name. Oh, Sarah, that was it. Now, here, can't think of actually means remember. I can say as a synonym, I can't remember his name, or I can't think of his name. This is probably a little bit more informal. Now, what this actually means is it's about coming to my mind. I can't think of his name. It's not coming to my mind. Here, come to think of it, I'll be busy this weekend. So do you have any plans for this weekend? Maybe you would like to meet up with me? Come to think of it, I'll be busy this weekend. So something suddenly has come to my mind. Here, the meaning is even different. Think of a number between 1 and 10. 5. Think of something you can find in the kitchen. A knife. Think of something you can find in the bathroom. A towel. Here, it means choose something very quickly. Now, I hope that's understandable. I think it's pretty clear. As you can see, all the processes here, the thought process is all short. It's kind of quick, stative. Now we have think about. Think about is the informal version of consider, contemplate, ponder, also remember. Sometimes they're just synonyms. But here, the process is a lot longer. That's important to remember. For example, the famous question, what are you thinking about? So I'm sitting in the classroom, looking out of the window, and the teacher asks, what are you thinking about? I'm thinking about what to have for dinner. Maybe fish and chips, maybe 2 portions of fish and chips, maybe 5. Another example, I want to sit by a lake and think about my life. So always imagine, think about, hand on the chin, and you're thinking over a long period of time. So always think about that. Now, that's quite clear. Think about is a very simple one. But this is where the problem arises. Opinion. When we are talking about an opinion, I can say, what do you think about my idea? What do you think of my idea? Is there a difference? Not really. You can ask either one. But I've tried to think of a difference. This is my own opinion, by the way. Maybe some people can correct me. I'll be happy to be corrected, no problem. What do you think about my idea? Yes, not bad. I need some more time, I guess, to think about it, because it's a sort of longer process, think about. Or, what do you think of my idea? What do you think of my idea? Rubbish. Like that, because of that. Now, I think that is enough to start off with think about and think of. As you get to a more advanced level, you will see some very strange uses with these two words where they are used in place of each other. When you learn these, or when you hear these words being used in films or whatever, or you're reading something, always pay attention to the context and how they are used. Make note of how they are used. That's really important, because if you type these words into an online dictionary, the list is like this. It is huge. So it's very important to pay attention to that context. I hope that has helped. Any questions, please leave a comment below. I am now going to prepare the second video. Okay? Thank you very much. Let's go.